in on display. Let's get it right here. Giannis scored 37 points to lead Greece past Israel as he dominated inside the arc, making 18 of his 21 two-pointers to go along with 10 boards in just 29 minutes of play. Greece moves on to face Lithuania. Lauri Markkanen scored 29 points to lead Finland to a major upset of Serbia. Finland was a 15.5-point dog against Nikola Jokic's Serbia team, and they were the pre-tournament favorites. Luka and his magic showed up in Slovenia's win over Italy as Doncic accounted for half of his team's points in his 42-point outing. Next up for Luka, the new tournament favorite, Germany. All right, so Luka is leading all scorers in the tournament with 34 points per game. Mr. McMiniman, let's ask you this question, okay? How are the Lakers looking at Luka's Eurobasket experience?
Well, I just look at the flight that Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, the Kurt Rambis, Linda Rambis got on to go to Poland to show their support. That tells you that they know how important this is for Luka's development. And I spoke to Bill Duffy, his agent, his longtime agent, who also repped Steve Nash when Steve Nash played for Team Canada. And Bill told me that it was kind of the secret sauce of Nash's career to stay in shape year-round by playing for his national team and also bring back kind of some joy to the NBA from basketball. I mean, the NBA is a business, and it can grind you down. It's an 82-game season. You're dealing with all sorts of pressures that you don't have when you play for your national team. And he felt like that kept the joy alive with Steve Nash. He sees the same thing happening with Luka Doncic. So overall, it's a great thing. And obviously, we saw his body transformation early on in the summer. Well, it allows him to continue that body transformation as training camp approaches. And obviously, we saw early on in the qualifier games, there was that collision he had with his knee. Yeah. It was a scary moment. But that's the cost of doing business. If you're going to play basketball, there's an inherent risk. Obviously, the Lakers are okay with that risk based on them showing up to support their international team.
And Jenny, he's going to play hoops no matter what in the summer somewhere. So
he's a hooper.
Right.
If he's happy, yes, let's keep doing this. The guy doesn't want to run on a track to stay in shape. No. He wants to go hoop. And this is the basketball that he's grown up playing, that he knows, and he gets to control it. He's not worried about the coach. Like, guys, I got this. Yep. So now you're looking at him. You're looking at him looking shredded. He's going to come with a different type of confidence. He's going to come with a different type of conditioning, and he's getting himself in shape, practicing new things, and to be able to score 42 in these type of games is crazy. I know Lauri Markkanen's used to doing that because he went to Arizona, had to give him a little shout. Yeah, no, hey, you know.
Yeah, but it's a shortened game, right?
Sure.
You talk about just like pressure situations. Even against Italy the other day, he had 42. They were up 10 most of the game, but then Italy cuts it to 1. He has to make 4 clutch free throws in order for them to advance. Right. That can maybe pay off in a playoff game or an NBA Finals game down the line.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. The more basketball you play, I think the better. All right. Keeping it with the international flavor, the 2008 Redeem team was honored at the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame this weekend. In attendance, you had LeBron James, D. Wade, Coach K, of course. But it was the impact of Kobe Bryant that was on the minds of the team. Here's LeBron on what Kobe meant to their gold medal run.
He brought a sense of like seriousness to the team. He made us lock in, and we knew once he joined and he was going to be committed that, we couldn't be doing nothing half-assed. Kobe wasn't going for that, so it made myself, CP, D-Wade, Melo, we all locked in even more because we wanted to show him that we could get to that level as well. So, it was just an honor to be out there with him. I was 23 years old, and he being out on the floor with him, he had already won championships before and things of that nature. So it was levels that I was trying to get to, and and D-Wade had already won one, and so we just wanted to get to his level and make him proud.
Of course, there's that famous documentary on Netflix where they're all coming back from the club or whatever, and Kobe's already drenched in sweat after working out at like 4 in the morning. But DDJ, let's talk about the 2028 Olympics and the U.S. men's national team. Who's leading that group when they come to L.A.?
I mean, I think it's probably got to be Jason Tatum, right? I mean, this guy had a rough go about it last year in the Olympics, and maybe there's some, bad feelings there. But if you talk about who's probably going to have the most hardware and the credentials and all that going into 2028, because that's what it's about. The guys who lead these teams, as LeBron just explained, are the guys who've won the championships, who have those, accolades under their belt. Tatum has them right now, and he's probably going to be at his prime or better in 4 years, 3 years. I think Tatum's going to have to be the guy that leads this team.
I think for me, we're overlooking guys who have won gold medals with this team, had big impacts. I think obviously Devin Booker is a guy we got to look at. You know, Bam is only 28 years old, so he's going to be 31. He's going to anchor that defense, and both of those guys can fit into certain roles and allow guys like Jason Tatum to be the star offensively. We're forgetting about Anthony Edwards. We're forgetting about guys who are young, who what may happen in 3 years. What about Cade Cunningham?
Right.
The Thompson twins. We're talking about, he got hurt last year, but everyone in the league respects him. Young guy, Jalen Johnson. We have a list of names. I was just talking with Dave about that list of names. I'm not worried about America. I think we're going to be fine. It's just we are so dominated by the Steph, the LeBrons, the KDs, the Jokic's right now. These young guys, give them a chance to grow. We're forgetting about Jalen Williams in OKC, Jaylen Brown. Maybe somebody figures something out there with him. You get those guys together, I'm not worried about the rest of the world. USA all day.
I mean, you mentioned another guy before the show, Devin Booker, who will bring that veteran presence because he's been through a couple Olympic cycles, and I'll accept that. I just want to give some sort of credence to the competition that the U.S. could face in 2028 on their home soil. Let's talk about a team like Canada with the current MVP and a group that is ascending in the game together. Let's talk about Germany. Obviously, the Franz Wagner will be one of the best players in the tournament come then. Let's talk about France with Victor Wembanyama. Every year, basketball becomes more and more competitive internationally, and the U.S. will have to contend with that moving forward.
David?
I know you're not worried. I'm a little worried. I gotta admit, we may be walking into an Olympics where we don't have a top 4, top 5 player in the Olympics in 2028, which is something that we have not seen. Wemby's going to be out there. Jokic, there's Giannis will be 35, but he'll still be out there. We haven't even mentioned Doncic. We may be looking kind of up at some of the best players in the world by the time 2028 rolls around. We may have more depth, but yes, there is a lot to be worried about, considering especially what we looked like last year going down to the wire with LeBron, with Steph, with KD. It is going to be an uphill battle, probably the biggest uphill battle that we've seen in a long time for Team USA in 2020.
You know, this is an interview where you ask a yes or no question. You're not really supposed to do yes or no, but the question on Kawhi Leonard's uncle at Dennis Robertson, had he ever asked you for more extra benefits, was a yes or no question, and there was not a no. I mean, eventually there got to we have to abide by the rules, but I think that was an interesting answer, and it's interesting also in